My mother, who's of the elder age, is often victim to texting and email alerts, specifically from trusted or what's appearing to be trusted sources like Microsoft and Amazon.
As a almost 20-year law enforcement officer, I investigated numerous financial crime cases. I got to see the personal impact of losing a life savings, having your identity stolen, and now you have to pay back loans that you never took out. I got to see families torn apart.
The negative effects of financial crime is in all my country, and personally with ransomware.
Hello, my name is Mildred, and back in 2022, a hacker used my securities registration to impersonate me and held themselves out to the public as a reliable advisor in trying to lure investors to get them to release funds under false pretenses.
This is Shambhaditya and I'm working with Nokia as a senior financial crime manager. Now, prior to Nokia, I was associated with a bank, and we had a disturbing case where the CEO of the bank was identified as a close associate to Jeffrey Epstein.
My story is actually very sad because I graduated in the US, and ever since I came back to Europe, problems started to emerge, which I truly believe that I've been a victim of identity theft.
Hi, this is Wasim Ali Chana, an employee of a private bank in Pakistan. I've been working in the anti-financial sector for the last couple of years. As a branch banking officer and subsequently as a branch manager, I happened to encounter a number of customers engaged in a different dirty businesses.
We were victims of identity theft, not once, not twice, but 3 separate times.
Here is my story. I was a victim of fraud before. About 4 months ago, I suffered financial loss when my account was manipulated by fraudsters. I was emotionally distressed by this exploitation. I lost confidence in trusting the traditional banking system.
A while ago, I applied for an exciting freelance opportunity, and I had done my homework, tailored my CV to the application, and I was really confident about getting the gig. But then the moment came that completely shifted the energy of the conversation, and that was when I mentioned my country of origin.
And this is a constant struggle to let her know that these sources would not be contacting her in this manner and that they're trying to overtake her account. So this is an area that I'm personally impacted with on a regular basis.
My motive being in compliance and anti-money laundering fight, it's my country.
By vigilance and by consistent monitoring, I was very able to identify such customers and not let them harm any financial sector.
They became a victim by being manipulated into giving their money away. And sometimes they're embarrassed and ashamed.
This was actually due to the international fraud tied to my country, and that created a stigma that somehow overshadowed all my qualifications and potential and whatever I could bring to the company.
It was later identified that the bank did not do enough due diligence on the potential conflict of interest and other matters which the CEO declared at the time of his appointment. If only a proper investigation was conducted right at the start, the bank actually could have saved itself from the humiliation.
The negative effects are really the worst, I think, on the victim because it took a lot of effort and a lot of investigation just to try to get these companies to work with us. It was not fun.
Bad actors, are getting more and more creative, and as the AML compliance officer at my firm, I want to help combat any type of victimization for my colleagues as well as for the investors that entrust us with their funds.
The money that was taken, that was manipulated from our victims, that were scammed from our victims, is then used for other illicit activities, drugs, child exploitation, and other violent means. So if we can prevent people from becoming victims in the first place, it solves 2 problems by 1 action.
What motivates me most to work in financial crime and in compliance enforcement is don't like to see the abuse and the harm that come to others.
As a crime fighter who is part of the solution against the financial crime battle, I'm motivated by the desire to make a difference in the industry and society. I'm also thrilled by the challenges and complexity of the constantly evolving financial crime landscape.
The biggest motivation for me is pretty much making a difference. The funnest part is the puzzle pieces you have to put together, and you find stuff that's linked that you didn't think was
It's a
linked.
dirty game, and I don't like the people that abuse the system for easy profits, uh, manipulation, death, children's, all these kinds of things.
The financial crime industry is ever changing. And because of these changes, it often brings about, an exciting workday because you never know what you're going to be dealing with.
It is actually a kind of honor to work in a field like anti-financial crime, because by uh, working in this field, you actually been contributing to society from being misused.
Is this room for continuous learning? And I mean, rules are always evolving, regulations, what applies today may not apply tomorrow, and you need to keep learning.
Will be able to combat fraud, corruption, terrorism, and I'm able to help whoever goes through this type of crimes, and I can make criminal space for it.
Best part of the job is that you need to reassess the entire business model, and you may come up with a completely different risk assessment basis on your product and other factors. This dynamic factor with the challenging regulations and everyday challenges to understand and interpretation of the regulations are the most motivating factors for me to work in this line.
My motive being in compliance and anti-money laundering fight, it's my country.
If you've particularly saved your work environment a good deal of money, if you've protected a member from being impacted in a negative way, those are successes to celebrate.
Financial crime is evolving. Keep learning, stay vigilant, collaboration is key, resilience is crucial towards pushing boundaries.
If you are passionate about making a difference and you like financial crime and investigations and digging deep into finding information, this may be the career path for you.
Just never give up. That's all.
So I feel very much proud to be part of this team, and to contribute and to prevent criminals from misusing financial sector.
Every day, you should always remember that you contribute so much in preventing financial harm, and you are keeping people safe. You are saving a lot of families from losing their livelihood. You should always remember
Problem
that.
solving, critical thinking, investigation skills. For me, those are crucial.
Your contribution is invaluable. So you may not be recognized today, but you should keep on doing what you do best, because compliance at the end of the day is basically nothing but the key differentiator whether business is resilient or not.
Let's not give up. It's for the good of our children and countries.
And when you can help someone not be taken advantage of, and they respond with kindness or remembering, or that you can look back and be like, we stopped this transaction, this currency transfer that was a scam, and we educated our customer, we educated our fellow community members, and they were not a victim. They'll remember that.
Sharing and collaboration among teams. We need to disrupt and dismantle these criminal networks.
Learn as much as you can, get a mentor, do some certifications. The ACFCS has great ones. By the way, I just passed that in July, so excited. But keep your head up and keep learning as much as you can. The better we can stay ahead of the fraudsters, the better off we're all.
The skill that's needed and is critical to fighting financial crime is knowledge. You have to be knowledgeable about what's going on around you. It's imperative that you continue to educate yourself.
Keeping oneself updated with the modern technology or investigative tools, and to stay updated with the latest typologies, latest trend in a financial sector of that the criminal adopts.
Are you staying vigilant? It may just be that last thing that you'd spot that would save somebody from losing their livelihood or even saving their lives in
Theft has
some
been
way.
around for centuries. It's old. It's the same tricks. But one of the dangers that we can find ourselves in is thinking, we've always done it this way. We have to be receptive to new techniques, to the same old tricks.